Okay, good evening, fellow ladies and gentlemen of the Do It Big community. Where are my early birds at? Okay, so for those of you who hear me right now, thank you for tuning in so early. Tonight we just have one game between Don't Worry We Scale and Hapuuma Matata. Both teams, this will mark their first game of the second round robin, so looking to start the second half of the season on the right note. Will be interesting to see who comes out on top here. Don't Worry We Scale on the blue side, currently sitting, unfortunately, at the bottom of the standings at 1-6. But with this mid-season break, I think it's provided a lot of time for them to really refresh and come up with some more, perhaps different strategies. One thing to keep in mind here is a potential lane swap that they have been working on. We'll dive more into that when we start talking to some of the players. Meanwhile, for Puma Matata, they also are not doing so great, sitting at 3-4 on the season, looking to bring their record to an even 500 if they can come away with the win tonight. Most recently, having lost to, I want to say, Double Jungle Gap and I don't know, Supportive, I think. So, on a bit of a loss streak as well with this team, always a bit of a roller coaster. So, we're going to see who comes out on top and really gets the second half of the season off on the right foot. Okay, so we're going to hopefully get the lobbies set up very shortly, and I'm going to start checking in with the teams very soon as well. Where the heck is... Hmm. Okay, so I am in the lobby now. Hooray. Alright, everybody is filing into the lobby here, as you guys can see. So, this will be Don't Worry We Scale on the blue side. Hapuuma Matata on the red side. Hapuuma Matata coming out on top in their matchup here in the first round robin. But again, it's a new day. So we'll see which of these teams has been putting in more work over the break and whether their newfound strategies will pay off here. All right, so friendly between these two teams. How's everybody's day on a Tuesday night? I'm going to check in with both teams now, and I'm also going to see if Chungus, my boy, is down for the co-cast. Okay. Interestingly, oh, there they are. Okay. Hello, gamers.
Hello.
Hi,
You guys
guys.
ready?
Hello.
Yep.
Do you guys know who you're sending up to the desk for the interview?
Oh, no.
No.
All right, you guys got to figure that out in like the next minute.
Oh,
I don't know. We can probably do it.
Hello.
I agree.
Hello. Hello, gamers.
what up?
What's up? What's up? How's everyone doing? You guys ready?
You all right? Yeah,
Cool. Do you
I think
guys
we're
know who
ready.
you're sending out?
Sorry, what's that?
Do you guys know who you're sending out for the interview?
Um,
Who
me.
we sending here?
Oh, sorry?
So who are we sending in here?
Oh, I mean, that's for them to figure out, for you to find out, right?
Uh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go back. Alright. I moved net back. Anyways, you guys have about like 30 seconds to figure it out, and then I'm gonna ask for the interview ease. Okay?
Sure,
Alrighty.
sounds good.
Okay, so we're gonna give both teams just a few more seconds here to figure out who is going to be on the interview desk. Looks like I'm already joined here by Nep, aka Niku Toilet, representing Hapuuma Matata.
Hi guys.
Hello, say
Oh,
hi to Twitch chat.
hey Twitch chat. How you guys doing? You want to see Roger roll for that homo spear? Subscribe, follow, hit that like button. You know what to do.
The Homa
You gotta hit him
Spear.
with the what's up, guys? It's your boy Mark just here, coming at you with another game. This time we got Don't Worry We Scale versus Team Hapuuma. Second game of their matchup. Coming into the second half of this series, how are we feeling, Nep?
Oh, dude. We're feeling decent. You know, bottom of the standings right here. I mean, but we'll climb back up, right? We'll be
Hey,
back up there.
Jesse, gunning for
Well
my
said.
job. Maybe I should replace you and you should replace me. You got the YouTube caster voice down pat.
True.
True. Anyways, representing Don't Worry We Scale here will be their captain, Mark Jess. So we're gonna get this rolling. Okay, so Jesse, as the blue-sided team, you will get the first question. So again, your team scaling throughout the season. We saw a little bit of an upturn near the end of the first round robin. You guys were able to pick up your first win over Team Strag. I think overall in general, I think a lot of your games have been competitive, going down to the wire versus double jungle gap as well. So in my opinion, a lot of positive momentum. How are you guys looking to build upon that?
I mean, I think you're correct in identifying that. I think, we've got great mentals coming into this. We were prepared for this. I think, we can accept the results out of the way, but we're looking for our win, and we're looking to try to streak that here. So, second half of the season, we got to live up to our name,
Hmm.
and looking very much so to scale into it.
Okay.
Indeed. So yeah, gonna look to scale up. Meanwhile, for Hapuuma Matata, you guys have been a little bit up and down. I talked about this on some previous casts, but I don't think you guys have won more than two in a row, but you haven't lost more than two in a row either. So, Nep,
Mm-hmm.
what's your guys' view on how to get past this little inconsistency?
I mean, I'll be honest here. We're like a 50-50, like, solo queue team.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I mean, if it lands heads, we win. If it lands tails, well, next time, right?
It is what it is. Okay, we'll
Yeah.
see. If you guys could maybe, turn that into a weighted coin, might end up paying dividends here for Puma Matata. Well, with that then, with both teams ready, I think we're just gonna get going and we're gonna start this game very, very soon. Is there anything you guys would like to say to your adoring fans in Twitch chat? Jesse?
Just gonna say, I think
Um.
if Pumatas get into that, coin toss kind of place, maybe you guys should be taking my probability class and figure out how that works.
Okay,
Okay.
the John
Teach
Hopkins
me,
plug.
teacher, please.
Yes, indeed. Nep, anything you want to say to Twitch chat?
Like, fuck Twitch chat. Fuck you guys. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
True, I agree. Fuck Twitch chat.
Damn, damn. Okay, we'll
This might
see
just
how
come
I'm
to
that
that.
sorry.
affects the betting here. But yeah, all right. With that, then, on that note, we are going to let you guys go back to your teams and get ready for the game. So thank you guys so
All
Alright,
right,
much.
good luck, have fun, up.
You too. Good luck. Hope we both are in the bottom standings at the end of this. All right. See ya.
All right.
Okay, so potentially both of these teams going to be holding hands to the bottom of the standings here. As it stands, though, Hapuuma Matata sitting in fifth place. They were previously tied with Double Jungle Gap, and Double Jungle Gap lost last night to put them at 3-5. A win for Hapuuma Matata would put them at 4-4, which will conclusively lock them into fifth place until at least their next game, which is actually tomorrow night, if memory serves, versus Chile's Angels. So we'll be interesting to see again the results. Every game here matters. Every team still jostling for playoff positioning. Every team still squarely in the playoff picture. So need to capitalize on these opportunities. And we are going to start rolling into the game, into pick bands. Going to be a Lulu taken away first. Going to be countered by the Seraphine. We've seen what happens when Peach Rose, the mid laner of Don't Worry We Scale, gets her hands on this Seraphine, leading the charge to a win against Team Strag for their first and up until this point still their only win in Season 2. What's up, Chungus?
What up? Back to lose some more channel points.
Indeedly do. Speaking of, I'm gonna get that set up right now. So we have Don't Worry We Scale versus Hapuuma Matata. Okay. So we'll get that going very, very soon. Let's take a look at some of these bans here. Udyr ban going to be aimed towards Magnus Crow, Udyr Aficionado. The Yon ban at Niku Toilet, who has lamented the fact that he has not been able to get his hands on this champion in the tournament. A very, very good Yone player. And Malzahar now going to be the last ban here. So I would not be surprised to see Lux picked here as a comfort pick for Peach Rose. But, okay, we're going to have a Leona as the first
First
pick.
pick Leona.
Yeah, so Solaline, aka Eve, that's thus far shown a big preference for Leona and Rel. So given the option of either, going to pick up the Leona here. Let's see how Hapuuma Matata responds.
Huh. Okay, yeah. Nautilus is a really good pick. If you watch Core JJ's support video, Nautilus actually counters Leona because you can Q her mid E and auto her before she gets her Q off, so you win trades.
Okay. Yeah, so
you get the E, yeah.
Yeah, there's a little bit of skill matchup there as well, right? Because if you don't time it, then Leona's tankier than Nautilus with her W compared to just the Nautilus shield. Okay,
Yep.
so will be interesting to see here the duel of the supports. Looks like the bot lane here going to be locked in for Hapuuma Matata. So Nautilus, Kaisa, plenty of kill potential there. And one thing we want to keep in mind here is the potential role swap that Don't Worry We Scale has been practicing here. We have Captain Mark just potentially swapping down to the AD carry position and then having Hayo FTW, aka Mason, in the top lane. Ooh, and we're gonna get Karthus locked in here, so this should be interesting. Karthus jungle in the hands of Kinuhata is the expectation here. This is a pick that we have not yet seen in the tournament, but it very much fits Zach's scaling playstyle. Even if he can't build tier and Cole, he could definitely play a scaling jungler, and we're gonna see if this Karthus ends up popping off, if he can just be left alone to power farm.
Yeah, Karthus is one of the best 1v9 junglers. He has so much map presence with his R. It's interesting to see what they're going to pick jungle to try to punish the Karthus early.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not really sure what they're going down to the last minute here. Okay, so Volibear, not exactly the biggest counter jungling presence, but with both Udyr and Hecarim off the table here for Don't Worry We Scale for Hapuuma Matata, Volibear will be the next comfort pick, I think, for Magnus Crow. So we'll see if the Volibear can get into some of these team fights and maybe, exert some early gank pressure as well. Okay, so Aphelios going to be the ban here, as we still have an AD carry and a mid laner to pick for Don't Worry We Scale. Again, that Lux is still available for Peach Rose, and we know how much she loves that champion. Meanwhile, for Hapuuma Matata, still the solo lanes left to pick for them. Would not be surprised here to see them leave the counter pick here for Hapuum. That way he has the most information. Hapuum, the captain of Hapuuma Matata, a big presence here in the top lane. Definitely has a lot of pop-off potential on champions like Camille, Wukong, Fiora, etc. So giving him that counter
See if the
pick.
Irelia gets banned.
Oh, true. Aurelia is still available. We have not seen
Yeah.
that. That's right. Okay, last ban here.
Yeah, they already picked the Shen, so it might be kind of pick from mid lane.
hmm
We'll see.
We might
Maybe
see.
we said it too early on stream, and they're gonna ban the Irelia.
True.
It's the
Hopefully they
edge.
aren't. Okay, so we
it's
are
open.
gonna potentially see it. Hapu finally gets a chance to play his favored Irelia, and it might be a situation here where this is a warning for the entire rest of the tournament that hey, you probably shouldn't let Irelia go through. But
You can flex it mid too here. I think it's such a good pick.
oh,
Oh, Mordekaiser.
okay, so given the choice of Aurelia, I don't think it's going to end up being picked up here, as Mordekaiser should go in the top lane versus Shen. A decent pick, can lane bully Shen, and with the Death Realm can also potentially stop a Stand United if Shen is not careful with his positioning. But I'll be honest, I'm really sad that we didn't see the Aurelia pick here.
Yeah. Wanted to see it. Maybe he's saving it for playoffs.
Maybe. Yeah, doesn't want to show too early. But okay, and then we're going to get a Caitlyn as well. So this is a favorite pocket pick of Mark Jess. Hopefully his mechanics have not been dulled by playing all of these weak side top laners. And Orianna going to be the pick here for Peach Rose, given that the Lux was taken away. So decent amount of wombo combo potential with Orianna, Shen, Karthus, Leona. So we'll see if that comes to pass in some of these team fights. Last pick now going to come in for Hapuuma Matata. Should be a mid lane pick here for Niku Toilet. And it will be Victor. How do we feel about Victor, Chungus?
I think Victor's one of the best scaling mids right now. Late game, he's just untouchable. But I think Blue Side has, what is it? I forgot their name. But yeah, Blue Side has really good zone control with Caitlyn Traps, Ori Ball, and Karthus.
Mm-hmm.
So expect to see them trying to set up early zone control, and expect to see Hapuuma Matata kind of try to dive in with the hard engage from Nautilus Volibear.
Yeah, so a couple of really good engage options, as you mentioned in the Volibear Nautilus. Mordekaiser should have a good time up against this Shen as he scales up as well. Will be interesting to see this bot lane matchup. Kai'Sa in a huge range deficiency versus the Caitlyn, but if Caitlyn walks into one too many Nautilus hooks, could mean that Kai'Sa can just snowball out of control.
Hapuuma Matata is also really AP heavy. They have double AP solo lanes, Volibear who's mixed damage, and Kai'Sa who's also mixed damage.
Yeah. So we're gonna see here if we have the potential for Shen to go into that double shield build that's been kind of popularized lately. You go Sterix and then Gargoyle Stoneplate. Not exactly the most conventional Shen items, but we'll see if that ends up being the pickup here. It can mean that this Shen is going to be very, very tanky in the mid to late game.
I want to see Ori pick up the Verdant Barrier early too. Verdant Barrier is really good after the buffs to Banshees, and even second item Banshees is huge against that really AP heavy team.
Yeah, Verdant Barrier is absolutely insane. I think it's a good shout here for Victor as well up against Karthus and Orianna. I feel like with Verdant Barrier, it's actually a bit of a grief to go the same damage type, to go double AP mid jungle, because then it's just impossible to gank mid. So
Yeah.
we'll see if that ends up being the case. Anyways, the bet is officially up, ladies and gentlemen. So put up your channel points. Early returns favoring Hapuuma Matata here at about 2 to 1, 65-35.
I feel like Don't Worry We Scale. Wait, Don't Worry We Scale. I feel like Don't Worry We Scale has a better comp.
Mhm.
They have mid and bot should win early, and jungle is free farming. But I don't know if aren't isn't Don't Worry We Scale like last or like close to last?
Yeah, they're 1-6 right now.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know,
Yeah,
can
might be
always
a
turn things
player base.
around. Can always turn things
Okay.
around. They are, you know, trying to implement a role swap as well, I think. As we can
Okay.
see, Mark Jess on the Caitlyn, getting into that his preferred AD carry role. So we'll see if that ends up paying dividends as well. And ooh, thank you to Aurelius1312 for the follow. Not too many new followers these days. Come on, people, boost this channel. If you like what you see, tell your friends and your family and let them come watch your big plays on the big stage. Okay, we are ticking down here to about 40 seconds on the spectator delay. But as we take a look here, seems like the early game advantage in the hands of Hapuuma Matata. What do you think they should do to try to accelerate that? Where do you think they should play around?
Hmm. I think bot lane is going to be pretty explosive. You have two kind of like hook go in champs.
Mm-hmm.
I think you play for maybe bot lane. But the main thing is that if you show top or bot, the Karthus, if they know what they're doing, they take your entire other side, right? So
Right.
it's honestly I think they scale better too. So maybe just like playing to counter gank. But both sides kind of want to do that too. Just see how lanes play out and gank the lanes that need the most help.
Yeah. Could be interesting to see here too if Hapuuma Matata decides to instead angle for a potential gank onto the or counter jungle into the Karthus invade. Excuse me, I can't talk. But yeah, if it can invade the Karthus successfully here and maybe put him behind, could be another avenue to victory here for Hapuuma Matata, as Karthus does not have a whole lot of tools to deal with a rampaging Volibear running at him full speed. But we will see how it goes as we load into the game here. Again, Don't Worry We Scale on the blue side, looking to pick up a win and move to 2-6. Meanwhile, for Hapuuma Matata, sitting at 3-4, trying to level up their record. And it looks like we're going to get an early invade coming out from Hapuuma Matata onto this bot lane Tribush. Kind of a weird level 1 here for Don't Worry We Scale, but Caitlyn here was able to drop a ward onto the red buff here, so assuming that Hapuuma Matata keep going, they will be spotted by this delayed ward, so good play coming out thus far from Caitlyn. Is that it? No, that's the Spirit's blade from Shen. Okay, and Don't Worry We Scale are going to be able to spot all 5 members here of Hapuuma Matata and get a very, very crucial ward here onto the red buff of Volibear. So they should be well aware of Volibear's early game pathing. Let's see where Volibear decides to start. Looking like a blue start for Volibear here, supported by his bot lane. Meanwhile, for Karthus, we'll be matching on the opposite side. So blue buff starts for both junglers. I think favors the Karthus, if I'm being honest. It means Volibear is pathing away from his bot lane, which has a lot of kill potential. And it will also mean that Karthus will not meet Volibear in the river if they both decide to full clear towards the crab.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Not too much else to talk about thus far in the early game. We're seeing here again, this is Mark Jess in his preferred AD carry role. So I think he got pushed off of this role last in Season 1 as well. I guess a little bit of a timeshare in that role with Kinuhara. We saw him play his certain champions, and then it was really interesting as well. We saw him play Jin one game, and then they would have Zac play Jin the second game. So we'll see how he does here. So thus far, getting a good amount of early poke onto this Kaisa. Oh, the Nautilus hook going to split the difference there. Solid field goal kicked. Meanwhile, we see Volibear here trying to take away Karthus' red buff, but it's going to be very, very close. One more auto. No! The Karthus able to smite it away, and now this Volibear going to go very, very low. Karthus going to flash it aggressively here. A couple more gun drops are going to be able to pick up the kill. Orianna is here as well. Volibear does not have flash. The gravity field not going to be enough, and Karthus able to pick up first blood with the lay waste. So Karthus jungle off to a very, very good start. That was a bit of a curious invade by Volibear. Went 2 camps into the red buff. And so the Karthus jungle now going to be accelerated here. Meanwhile, for Volibear, not going to be happy about the outcome of that one. Did have smite available actually. So maybe he didn't. I don't know if he has smite available for the red buff, but definitely could have smited that away if he did and not had a 50-50 there.
If Karthus looks, they can see CS. They know that Grom should be coming up at the same time as his. He didn't do wolves. You expect him to be on red, so after Crab, you can invade with the Leona because you have Prio bot.
Yeah,
they take away entire blue side, and Volibear just can't play the game.
Yeah, this Volibear is very, very happy right now. Also, I just realized Mordekaiser did not buy items. So this is a inventory-less Mordekaiser winning in CS against Shen. Interesting.
Is
Maybe
that
a bit of
mistake,
a
or is that
it's a flex.
flex?
It's a flex. I'm gonna say it's a flex. I mean, you know, yeah, I'm gonna say it's a flex. I mean, I know it's a mistake, but good job, Hapuuma, for showing how one-sided the matchup is? Question mark. Okay, now though, gonna be Shen coming in here. The taunt not gonna land though, as Mordekaiser did flash away. Karthus though, happy to harass this Mordekaiser. Thus far, happy feet coming out from the Mordekaiser, but this will mean that Karthus is not taking this valuable time to keep pressing this farm lead. I don't know about that one. As it stands here, Karthus now only 2 camps ahead of the Volibear. Despite that, first of all, hold on, now hook gonna land onto Leona, but that's gonna mean that Leona gets a free stun onto Nautilus. Kaisa able to proc the passive here with the Hail of Blades, so generally favorable trade for the bot lane of Hapuuma Matata, although shouldn't amount to too much as this wave crashes into the side of Don't Worry We Scale.
Yeah, Karthus loses so much tempo there by going top. They build a flash, but I guess let's see if it's worth if they can set up a repeat top.
Okay, so maybe this is the 5-head strategy coming out from Mordekaiser with the 500 500 gold not being used, able to go back and immediately purchase that Leeching Leer. Is that what it's called? Leeching Leer? Yeah. And start building towards that Riftmaker. We'll also have the wave pushing into him, so could be potential good setup here for a Volibear gank, but Volibear is on bot side right now. Would like to see Hapuuma Matata here potentially pressure for that early dragon, as it would be, you know, Karthus. Oh my God, Karthus went down to the Krugs. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! The Krug, one more auto, gonna be too much for Karthus to handle. The brittle bones on the skeleton man, not gonna be enough to stand up to the attack of that large Krug. And oh no, just a little bit more of a tempo loss here coming in for Karthus. Nevertheless, he is able to still have a relatively large shop here, able to pick up Sorcerer's Boots, Tear, and a Dark Seal. So, you know, this is the do it big special right here. We're not exactly LCS, which will mean that junglers potentially get executed by
Hey, it happens. It happens in LCS too.
Yeah, it has happened in LCS. Flashbacks to not Karthus. Dyrus dying to wolves as Gangplank.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, even before LCS. But even with Karthus going down here, is still very far ahead of the Volibear, and Volibear, meanwhile, not going to take this time to potentially start on this Infernal Dragon. Going to be interesting to see here. Looks like Karthus going to path up here for a potential gank onto the Mordekaiser. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, okay, Nautilus eats a cupcake. Good stuff. But yeah, Karthus, despite that execute, still having a jolly good time here. Gonna be able to take away this crab as well, and then potentially again look for that top lane
Ooh,
Mordekaiser kill.
Oh, why is he not going top? Mordekaiser has no flash.
Yeah, I'm not
I
100%
think,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, this lane is in a very favorable position for a potential gank, but Mordekaiser just going unpunished by this Karthus. Maybe Karthus was a little bit intimidated by the fancy feat coming out. Meanwhile, on the top lane, again, going to be another taunt landing onto Mordekaiser, but Mordekaiser does have the W sustained from that shield. Meanwhile, going to be a gank here in the middle lane, going to be flash for flash. Orianna going to flash to safety here. Gravity Heal not going to land in time to layer onto the Volibear stun, but it will mean that this is a flashless Orianna. So got to keep an eye on that as well. Karthus very hesitant to really get involved in these lanes, wants to just keep power farming here. And meanwhile for Volibear, let's see if he is able to find some ganks. Otherwise, this Karthus is just going to eventually start pressing R, and that Requiem is going to really help his lanes without him even needing to be present. Oops, sorry. Okay. Yeah, look at this CS lead for Karthus, though. Goddamn. Karthus about 25 CS ahead of the Volibear, and is level 7 now, does have that Requiem available, which means that Hapuuma and Matata need to be very, very careful about picking their engages, because there's always that threat of the global nuke coming in from Karthus. The power of this pick when it is unchallenged in the early game. Yeah, look at this. The Volibear 2 levels down here against the Karthus. Is able to hit level 6 now. Can potentially go top here for a gank onto a very, very healthy Shen. But otherwise, yeah, just kind of stumbling around here. I don't think that maybe Hapuuma and Matata are aware of what Karthus is trying to do. Because if they are, they should be able to recognize that they can just walk onto any objective here, whether it be Rift Herald or Drake, and potentially start a fight, or just secure the neutral objective. Oh, did Kaisa get that recall interrupted?
I think so. I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she did. Recalling on a ward.
Yeah. Ooh, gonna be a shotgun here in the melee. Karthus is here as well. Gonna force a flash out from the Victor. So good Orianna play will mean that Orianna does have flash advantage when that comes back up in approximately 3 minutes. Karthus, meanwhile, not done. Let's see if he lands. I don't think the Wall of Pain is available. It was initially dropped there when Orianna landed that shockwave, but it will give, don't worry, we scale the confidence here to start on this Infernal Dragon. So it's gonna be the team with Karthus bullying the team with Volibear off of neutral objectives. Not something that you necessarily hear or see a lot, but ends up being the case. First Infernal of the game going to be handed over to, don't worry, we scale. Second Dragon of the game will be Ocean. So not the strongest soul win condition here for either team, but will be interesting to see if it ends up being Cloud Dragon here for Karthus. Clown Soul would do wonders for that Requiem cooldown. Meanwhile, Volibear, perhaps intimidated by that early invade, has really not been able to find any success in ganking these lanes. So Hapuuma and Matata really at a bit of a standstill right now. Don't worry, we scale. More than happy to just keep scaling up here with this Karthus, Orianna, Caitlyn. I think
I've
this
noticed
is
that CS numbers have gotten better as the tournament's progressed.
Yeah, definitely. So definitely a skill that needs to be worked on if we want to appear legitimate. And yeah, I think in general, people doing pretty really well. We're at about 9 a minute, 8.5 to 9 a minute here for the 80 carries, which is pretty respectable. So we'll keep an eye on that, especially since nothing is happening this game except farming.
Yeah. They are scaling. It's a different kind of scaling. No more kill.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Biggest CS discrepancy we've seen thus far is going to be in this top lane. We saw earlier Mordekaiser, even without items, able to get it. Hold on, we're going to get engaged here onto the bot lane. Death Charge going to land onto Nollis. Where's the hook? Hook is going to land onto Caitlyn. Good cleanse coming out from Kaisa. Will mean that Caitlyn gets deleted almost immediately. Good cleanse from Kaisa. Let's see if they go any more aggressive onto Leona. Hook is available. Ooh, but not going to land. And Karthus is here as well. Going to mean that actually going to be Leona flashing in. Going to be able to jump onto Nollis. Nollis will die, but that was a lot of cooldowns expended by Don't Worry We Scale, including a Stand United, which will mean that Volibear, who is taking this Riptide right now, should be able to lock up the first turret of the game here, with Mordekaiser happily pushing into Shen's now vacated top tower. Okay, never mind. Shen does have teleport, so is able to teleport back up here. Hold on, Orianna able to cancel Vector Recall, but regardless, gonna mean a lot of plates dropped here for Don't Worry We Scale in the top side. Good proactive play coming out from this Shen to turn around that earlier kill onto Caitlyn, but Kaisa was able to pick up that kill, so it is going to have a bit of an advantage now in this lane, sitting on both the Serrated Dirk and the Pickaxe. I wonder if that's enough to give her the Evolved Q. Yep, is able to give her the Evolved Q. Yep, so yeah, with the level 7 breakpoint plus the 100 AD, will mean that she's going to do a lot of damage with that Acathian Rain in these mid-game teamfights. Meanwhile, Volibear here going to be caught counter jungling. Going to be ooh. So the taunt flash was tried there by Shen, but Volibear able to jump out here. Volibear at level 7 actually, not doing so hot in the farming department. Obviously, Karthus is going to be able to clear much faster than Volibear. Regardless, it will translate to him having to use his ultimate there to escape. That's a really, really big cooldown at this stage in the game. And look at this Karthus, going to be emboldened to take away the Raptor camp while Volibear is too busy taking away Krugs. And just going to mean that oh, nope. But unfortunately, not aware of how leash ranges work. You got to tank at least a little bit, Zach. Alright, there we go. And now able to counter jungle away those Raptors will mean that Volibear is very, very sad about that one.
Really good vision coming out from red side. Triple vision wards on Karthus' blue side.
Unfortunately, this Volibear has fallen enough far behind that I think Karthus is more than happy to take a 1v1 versus Volibear. We'll see if Hapuuma and Matata are able to back up their jungler in any sort of potential invade. We also have Dragon coming up here in about 50 seconds, and crucially, we do not have flashes available for neither Caitlyn nor Leona, nor actually just everybody not named Orianna without flash for Don't Worry We Scale, which will mean that this depth charge can find a ton of value if it's placed onto the right target.
I wonder what Keystone or what Mythic Karthus is going. He's still quite behind. Yeah, we have the chem tank already coming out of Volibear, so a little more spiking in terms of items for Hapuuma Matata for this dragon fight.
Yeah, definitely. Volibear going straight towards the Mythic. Karthus is going to stop for Sorcerer's Boots, Tear, and a Dark Seal to delay that Mythic power spike. I would guess that he wants to lean towards Liandry's here. With the Lost Chapter, it's either going to be Liandry's, Everfrost, or...
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. So, yeah, would be cool to see Everfrost coming from Karthus, but I don't think that's exactly, you know, the right build. Okay, so we are going to see that emphasis again on Dragon for Don't Worry We Scale, and this vision, hold on, Karthus now going to walk into Nautilus and see who ends up taking the fight here. Nautilus going to be overextended, Death Charge going to come out here, there is a Volibear jumping onto the Karthus, Karthus going very, very low, a couple more autos from the Kaisa, going to be able to pick that one up. It's actually going to be Volibear stomping down this Karthus, but now this Kaisa needs to be careful, eats a cupcake right on top of the Karthus corpse, not going to be enough damage at this stage in the game, but two crucial kills onto the jungler and the AD carry is going to mean that this Ocean Dragon will be handed over to Hapuuma Matata. So the proactive plays coming out from this Nautilus, I don't know if it's proactive, kind of just walked into Karthus and said, fuck it, let's fight. Regardless, ends up going in Hapuuma Matata's favor, and Nautilus walking away with just a sliver of HP. Living through the Requiem actually gonna mean a huge tempo swing for Hapuuma Matata.
They just missed everything on the Nautilus. Karthus missed 2 Qs on the stunned the Nautilus, and also Leona R'd into the wall.
Yeah, so Leona unfortunately not able to land the stun onto Nautilus. Nautilus with that move speed still enough, I guess, to dodge out from the gumdrops. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we're seeing this CS lead expand more and more in favor of the Mordekaiser, which more or less, lines up with Hapuuma Matata's playstyle. I think Hapuuma is very much happy with this 4-1 split push sort of playstyle, and he's just going to be, focused on getting the lead over Shen to the point where if they leave Mordekaiser alone for too long, he's going to start deleting these turrets. Hook, not going to land from the Nautilus, however. Okay, as we take stock here, again, crucially in that fight, Caitlyn did not have flash, so was a really easy target for the Volibear, who pounded him into the ground. So we'll see if Mark Jess with that flash is able to be a little bit more safe from this dive coming out from Hapuuma Matata. Does have Gale Force as well for that increased maneuverability. And we'll see exactly if this Caitlyn is able to start landing some headshots. We also saw there as well, Caitlyn not able to get on site for Dragon early enough to really start, grabbing zone control with her traps. So if Don't Worry We Scale are able to get onto Dragon a little bit earlier, they can set up those Caitlyn traps and make it just that little bit harder for Volibear or Nautilus to really find and engage. Okay, so Peiju, what do you think is going to be Don't Worry We Scale's game plan here? If they want to start a fight, or what kind of fight should they be looking for?
I guess you look for picks with the Shen stand united before. You can normally collapse before if you make a proactive play. But other than that, it seems execution-wise, if everything goes clean and they just get picks, it should be okay. But in terms of 5v5, I think that Hapuuma Matata has hit their spikes earlier, and generally are a little stronger in 5v5s right now.
Hold on here in the mid lane. Karthus going to eat a lot of damage from the Victor, but going to be barely fast enough to walk out of the Gravity Will tick. That would have been a kill potentially. Death Charge now going to go on to Shen, but now going to be a stand united, and his helper coming in from the Orianna. Going to try to turn this around. Leona going to flash in and taunt up to Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa able to cleanse away, but the Shockwave going to barely pull Kai'Sa back in, and now Nala is going to go very low as well. Should be able to pick up here by a couple more autos. The Ace in the hole not going to do enough at this point. Level 10, unfortunately, instead of level 12, and now going to be Spider-Manning away using that hook shot. Victor, meanwhile, not electing to match teleport in the mid lane. Instead, going to try to push down onto this mid-tier 1, but good play coming out from Janice on the Orianna, plus the stand united means that that Don't Worry We Scale able to punish the aggression of Hapuuma Matata.
Yeah, that was a really good Ori Shockwave. Hit all three of them.
Yeah, that was so close. I want to say that was like right on the edge for Kai'Sa, and that was very nearly a double kill as well. But unfortunately, Caitlyn, only level 10, does not have a rank 2 in that Ace in the hole, which is a huge power spike. Hold on, Victor now, meanwhile, going to be found out by Orianna and Victor. Oh my goodness, try to turn this around in a 1v2 scenario, able to pick up the cards before he goes down. The Gravity Storm is not going to be enough. But there is a Mordekaiser lurking as well. Will be spotted by the control ward, so Orianna should have more than enough advance warning to walk back to the safety of her tower. And this Orianna here, now 1-0 and 2, matching CS with the Victor, doing a ton of work, perhaps reminded the league that she cannot be banned out. Even after the Seraphine and the Lux taken away from Peach-Rose, still managing to find an impact in this game.
Yeah, no Verdant Barrier coming out from Ori, and also no Merc Treads from Leonas, despite them having mostly AP damage. Yeah. Almost all AP, other than Kai'Sa.
Yeah, we're seeing here Merc Treads for both Mordekaiser and Volibear. I'm going to be very interested to see how this Volibear, or not this Volibear, this Mordekaiser gets involved in some of these team fights. What do you think should be Mordekaiser's game plan if he does, participate in one of these 5v5s? Who should he ult, you think?
I mean, as of now, maybe Karthus or Ori. The Caitlyn's really liking damage right now.
Hold on, Leona overextended here, going to be hooked in by the Nautilus. Now going to be a stun coming in from the Volibear as well. Requiem go over the top, try to dissuade some damage. Locke going to prevent the majority of that. There's a Shen available as well, going to go very, very low. Volibear going to be the first one to die, however, Leona going to be matched as well. Huge Orianna going to be able to lock up Nautilus, and now Karthus is just going to die and try to zone away this Kai'Sa. But there is a Mordekaiser here, pushing down onto Oriana and Kayla, doing so much damage. Look at Hapuuma go. Just a couple more ticks on the passive, and now the hook not going to be able to land, and this Shen is actually going to be killed by the Victor. Now this Kaylin is expecting the Shen to come down, gonna walk into the Mordekaiser flail and go down. So ace in favor of Hapuuma Matata. Only 2 members going down in the Nautilus, and the Volibear will mean that this Cloud Dragon will go over to Hapuuma Matata as well. Huge fight, huge fight. Started off there by a bit of a Leona overextension, but it was actually Volibear who went down first. We're seeing here what happens when these tank junglers fall behind a little bit. Going to be very squishy, but to his credit, Magnus Crow putting his life on the line, able to really slow the majority of Hapuuma Matata. Don't worry, we scale, and the Oriana ulti not having nearly as big of an impact as the last one meant that Kaisa was able to do a ton of damage in these team fights.
Yeah, I think that one mostly just comes to execution in the team fight. It was a pretty even fight, but Hapuuma Matata just executed that fight a little better.
We're seeing here as well the power of that Mordekaiser when it is allowed to free farm like this, able to comfortably zone away the backline of Kaylin and Oriana, and with that Death Realm able to turn it into two separate 1v1s as opposed to a straight up 1v2. Now though, the hook gonna go into the wall there, but now Oriana going to pull in the Nautilus. That's a 1-person shockwave, unfortunately, so that is a relatively low cooldown, but nevertheless a cooldown expended by Don't Worry We Scale, which will mean that no team fight should happen for the next minute or so. Let's see if Hapuuma Matata can capitalize on the lack of shockwave.
Yeah, I think at this point it's gonna be really hard for
Caitlyn needs to be careful here. Gonna Gale Force in, fight Kaisa. Good night, Caitlyn. And Requiem here gonna be used curiously to harass Kaisa, I guess. That's gonna be a really big cooldown at this stage in the game. And the Leona ulti gonna be used as disengage, as this is a very angry Victor as well. But a huge 1v1 pick in the ADC bot lane here, going to provide a lot of tempo for Hapuuma Matata to push down onto this tier 2 bot turret.
Yeah, I think at this point it's going to be really hard for Don't Worry We Scale to come back. There's Caitlyn's not doing much damage. I think they can only look for Ori, but so much has been invested into magic resist from Hapuuma Matata that it's hard for them to do damage at this point as well.
Yeah. Okay. Shen now going to try to potentially find a taunt onto Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser going to be wise enough to it, just going to walk away. Sitting at 216 CS, has the Demonic Embrace in addition to that Rift Maker. Going to be so tanky, going to be doing so much damage. So will be interesting to see who he decides to Death Realm. With no QSSs available on the side of Don't Worry We Scale, it means that whoever Mordekaiser decides to ult will be trapped in there with him for, I think Death Realm lasts for 6 seconds right now. It'll be 7 seconds once he ranks it up. I forget if it's 5, 6, 7 or 6, 7, 8.
I think it's 6, 7, 8. It's 7 right now.
Okay. So yeah, we'll be stuck in Death Realm for 7 seconds, and we're halfway to level 16 as well, highest level in the game. More than happy to just keep split pushing here. This game, relatively slow tempo, explosive team fights mostly centered around the bot lane have provided the majority of the action, but both teams content to just play the map and farm up until these objectives come back up. Speaking of, it will be a potential soul point coming up in 80 seconds for Hapuuma Matata, as the second Cloud Dragon of the game is set to spawn. So we'll see if that ends up being the call, if they're patient enough to wait for that. But this patience has also meant that the Karthus Requiem and, well, basically the Karthus Requiem is still now up as a team fighting tool. So unable to really capitalize on a relatively large cooldown means that Karthus goes unpunished for wasting that earlier Requiem. Requiem, by the way, sitting on still a 2-minute cooldown. Yeah. So gonna be absolutely massive. But it will also mean that they have the potential to pick up 3 Cloud Dragons here on their way to a potential soul point. Leona now gonna find himself trying to run away from the Victor, And there is a deep teleport coming in here from the Mordekaiser. This Caitlyn is very, very dead. Hook gonna land. The Stand United gonna come in. Depth Charge gonna be able to knock her up and try to buy some time, but Mordekaiser able to lock that one down. Nautilus going to go very low. Should go down to the Requiem, but good night, Nautilus. And now the Orianna able to hit 3, but gonna be overextended. Gonna go down there. Look at this tanky front line of Hapuuma Matata, able to pick up 3 members, of Don't Worry We Scale. That was a huge teleport coming in courtesy of this ward. I love these lane wards that set up teleport plays. We saw it in last night's game as well. Chili's Angels using that to good effect to gank a Darius in a 4v1 and really secure the game for them, or really dictate the tempo of that game for them. And Mordekaiser there teleporting in meant that Caitlyn was stuck between a rock and a hard place. Ends up eating the Nautilus hook, even through the Stand United, going to be bursted down. Alright, and with the Baron going down, still more than enough time for Hapuuma Matata to rotate over to this Dragon as well, which will mean that they are also going to be on Cloud Soul Point. Generally appreciated.
I think is minded early, every single Dragon.
Yeah. So maybe a bit of smite practice is in order for Forbes, but he won't be too upset with how the rest of this game is going. Meanwhile, Karthus got to be careful. You're going to walk into the Victor. Gravity Well going to come down as well. Gravity Storm doing so much. Chaos Storm is not Gravity Storm. Oh my god. And Caitlyn going to... Orianna going to flash over the wall, try to find a shockwave, but it will not go as planned. Orianna... Oh my goodness. Actually, the Victor ended up not taking any damage, and now the Victor going to flash in to pick up a kill onto Caitlyn. Will be handed over to the Volibear. Going to be flash in from the Volibear as well, and this game is now suddenly going very, very south for Don't Worry We Scale.
Yeah, I think they can end probably off this push, double inhib into 5-man top, if not.
Yeah, look at this Mordekaiser, happy to just 1v2, but actually gotta be careful, gonna tank up the tower as well. One more tower shot, but no! The Leona gonna walk back into the hook here, and now this Shed is gonna all of a sudden find himself in a 4v1 scenario. Will go down here as well, and that should be game, ladies and gentlemen. Hapuuma Matata with the Baron buff should have more than enough minions to push into these Nexus turrets. Volibear ulti gonna be used to disable/damage these 2 Nexus turrets as well. Karthus is going to try to do his best. You're going to flash in and die. Kai's actually going to go very, very low. Let's see if the Leandris is going to be enough, actually. So, I don't think this is going to be game over just yet. This Volibear going to go very, very low as well. Gale Force coming in from the Caitlyn. Another headshot auto. Going to be able to pick him up as well. And now Caitlyn is on the look out for blood, but it looks like Hapuuma Matata just going to retreat back to their base. That Requiem still doing a lot of damage to the Kaisa, who now picks up the makings of a Zanya's Hourglass. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but does have both the Fiendish Codex and the Stopwatch in the inventory. I don't think Zanya's gives 100 AP, right? Okay, so yeah, this AP not going to be enough for Kaisa to get that W evolve. It will mean that this is just an item purely for the sake of the stasis active, which,
the stasis has decent value.
Yeah.
The Karthus and the Ori, you can, if you time it, dodge both of those, or even Leona ult.
Yeah. We're seeing here as well, again, the power of that Verdant Barrier. The Victor basically face tanked the Orianna ulti there. Orianna flashing over the wall, perhaps a little too excitedly. Almost able to pick up the Victor kill, but I think the Locket plus the Verdant Barrier basically negated the shockwave damage.
Yep. Good itemization. Good Boris.
Ooh, hook not going to land, but it will be a death charge. Will land onto Karthus. Karthus does have... Oh my god. I was going to say Karthus does have the Zanya's Hourglass available, but I don't think was expecting that much burst coming in from Victor and Kaisa simultaneously. Going to mean that the jungler goes down crucially for Don't Worry We Scale with an exposed Nexus, and now no QSS available will mean that Mordekaiser are going to flash into the Or. Oh my god. Going to try to buy time into Death Realm here, but as soon as he comes out of stasis, going to go down to the Mordekaiser. Stand United going to try to buy time for the Orianna, but no, the hook is going to land, and this will be game for Hapuuma Matata. Gonna be too much for Don't Worry We Scale to handle. This Mordekaiser now 6-0-5, level 18. And that will be the game. GG, ladies and gentlemen. Hapuuma Matata able to pick up a win here over Don't Worry We Scale, evening up their record at 4-4. Meanwhile, for Don't Worry, We Scale, time is slowly but surely running out for those item spikes, for those scaling spikes to hit. Now at 1 and 7 means they really need to start picking up some wins here if they are going to be in the playoff picture. Let's take a look at some crucial fights that game. The first real explosive action here was in the bot lane, started by a Nautilus depth charge onto the Caitlyn, and good use of the cleanse by Kaisa meant that killer instinct was able to find the Caitlyn, but well, yeah, we'll just kind of narrate this as it goes. Here we go. So depth charge gonna land onto Caitlyn, hook gonna land as well. Yeah, Caitlyn gonna get insta bursted, but Leona here actually following the call of her team, gonna go back in with the Stand United on top of her, and Akarthus in tow means that they were able to pick up a return kill onto the Nautilus. So good plays coming out from both teams, but I think the real explosive action in this game really centered around the dragon fights. So we see here Leona a little bit overextended up against the Kaisa Nautilus. And now the fight is going to kick off in earnest. A huge Orianna ulti, trying to buy some time, but now it's just the Mordekaiser show. Gonna put Orianna into Death Realm here. And Caitlyn not gonna be comfortable enough to walk out. As soon as Death Realm comes out, able to pick up the Orianna. And then just a bit of a mishap here. The Shen gonna use Stand United to try to save the Caitlyn, but the Caitlyn, not recognizing how much burst potential this Mordekaiser has, gonna go down as well. And I think that really started the snowball here for Hapuuma Matata. What happened here? Ooh. Oh yeah, this was the teleport. So yeah, the deep teleport incoming in from the Mordekaiser, able to pick up an overextended Caitlyn even through the Stand United shield. The Nautilus being the only one to really go down to the Requiem. And this translated into the Baron and Soul Point Dragon for Hapuuma Matata. So, GG again to Hapuuma Matata, 4-4. We're going to hear from them very, very soon on the interview desk. Who do you want to hear from, Chungus?
I think we can listen to Hapuuma and Niku. I think they played well.
Okay, so let's do it. I'm going to grab... Well, okay, this is going to be a really far drag, so I'm going to grab Hapuuma. Alright, Hapuuma, don't say anything that would give me TOS. I'm gonna get Nep here as well. Okay.
Oh.
Hello, Nep. Don't say anything.
Hi.
Don't say anything that would give me TOS. Thank you.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
No, it's okay. You can say fuck Twitch chat. Just yeah. Anyways, congratulations to the pair of you and to your team for coming out with the victory. So my first question here gonna go to Hapuuma. How badly did you want to pick Aurelia?
Okay. Kind of, but also at the same time, I saw a Shen, so I kind of like had to stop.
You just had to pick Mordekaiser? It's just like
Yeah.
Shen is Mordekaiser like free food, or what?
Like okay, so I see Shen so Shen kind of counters Irelia, so I'm like okay, I guess I just need to counter pick it. Like there's just nothing else.
I see. Okay,
What was the logic behind the no item start?
Wait,
no items?
You didn't buy items
was it
level 1. Did
was
you
it
not?
Bug
Did you?
Fest?
who?
You?
Me?
Yes. You didn't buy items level 1.
Okay. Okay. I mean, it didn't seem to matter.
Oh my god. Okay, it is a flex. We on the stream we were wondering was it a flex or was it just an oopsies? I wanted to say that it was a flex. Obviously it was a mistake, but yeah, we were looking at the early CS differentials and you were still coming out on top, so maybe Mordekaiser truly is the Shen counter even with a 500 gold deficit.
maybe I got like a early buy on the Leeching Leer, and
Yeah, no, that's what we said. I was like,
what won
oh,
me.
maybe this is the fucking 5-head play. You can get that mythic component earlier if you just don't spend any of your money level 1.
Yeah, but why didn't you just go amplify and tell him in a pot, red pot?
True.
True.
True. Okay. Meanwhile, for Nep, aka Niku Toilet, on the Victor, we've seen 2 victorious victors now in the first 2 games of the second round robin. What made you decide to go with Victor this game?
My team said Victor, so I just picked Victor. I was thinking about Syndra, but in the matchup versus Oriana and Victor, Victor is a better team fighter and will outscale and be able to DPS more, while Oriana really needs to rely on her team for the ball setup.
Right.
Yeah. So once Victor has basically around 2 upgrades online, she is turbo ahead and beats Oriana in every single situation, I feel.
Yeah, no, we definitely saw that. Also, I think a really, really good decision here with the Verdant Barrier up against both an AP jungler and an AP mid lane. Gonna mean that it's really, really hard to kill the person with that MR item. So good
Yeah.
stuff here coming out. So again, congratulations to Hapuuma Matata. Anything else you guys would like to say to your legion of adoring fans?
Do we have them? Because like
I don't
looking
know.
at the votes or like the prediction thing.
Uh-huh. You guys were the underdogs here, actually. Do you know
Wait,
that?
we're the underdogs?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
You guys are 70
What's wrong with
30
you,
under.
Chat?
I think it's
We're better
because
players.
I think
Tell them to pay up.
I think it's because you told them to go fuck themselves. So,
Got it.
True. You know what? Fuck you guys, anyways.
oh my god. Well, that's certainly not gonna win you any more fans, but maybe the fans, you need to create your own fans. Tell your friends to watch the stream. You know, we've seen already, right? Like the Pop 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 posse, they show out big time, right? Janice has got her
Hmm.
fan club, so we just need to get the Niku Toilet potty club. I don't know, bathroom break. I'll help you brand
I
it,
mean,
dude. You just need to bring the people, and yeah, we'll get it going.
how much you paying? How
No,
much are
no,
we
no,
talking here?
no. I just take a cut.
Uh,
Yeah, I
you
just
take
take
a
a cut.
cut.
Yeah. But
Okay.
it's your brand. It's your brand. It's your money. It's your fans.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Anyways, congratulations again. So, good performances by both Hapoom and Niku Toilet. Let's take a look at the damage numbers here. Yep, about as expected. Victor leading the way at 25,000. Karthus at 22. Mord at 21. Gonna bring up second and third respectively. So, good job to the solo laners of Hapuuma Matata and to their team for picking up the win. We will see you guys tomorrow night in what should be a very, very fun matchup versus Chili's Angels. So, I'll let you guys go and get ready for tomorrow night's games. Maybe celebrate, pop some bottles, and I will bring the stream to a close. Okay, so with that, ladies and gentlemen, just the one game for tonight. We will have another game tomorrow night, same time, 8 p.m. PST, again between Chili's Angels at 5 and 3 versus Hapuuma Matata at 4 and 4. So we could potentially see if Hapuuma Matata picks up a win there, the record to be tied up. Wait, hold on. No, I lied. Chili's Angels are at 6 and 3, I think. Let me double check my standings that I have not updated. Sorry. Chili's Angels are at 6 and 3. Hapuuma Matata at 4 and 4. But regardless, should be a fun game to watch. 8 p.m. PST. Don't miss it. Good night, Twitch chat.
Good night, Twitch chat.
I
Bye,
didn't know I
Twitch.
didn't buy the item.
Yeah. Stop DMing Hapoom, okay? Jesus Christ.